Hey, it's your boy Crypto Expat Life, back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about roast beef. Now, roast beef, I talked about this in my video a couple days ago, and I looked at it and I wasn't too keen on it, so I did not join it. However, I've now changed my opinion on roast beef, and I have joined it, and I want to tell you why. Let's roll that intro. Let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by and watching this video. Roast beef is really taking off. Yeah, if you're watching this video now, you might want to obviously do some more research and pull the trigger as soon as you can. So roast beef, when I first looked at it, I thought, not another miner. And some of these things take off, some of them don't. So sometimes it's worth just waiting a couple of days for it to get going, or even a week. Waiting a week's not, in a really good project, like waiting a week's not going to make a big difference, you know. But finding that one is the hard part. So initially, when I first got into miners, which is only a couple of weeks ago, I want to show you some of these. So these ones here, you know, this one was, what is it? This one looks like Spooky Miner. So Spooky Miner here, you can see that it grew initially, but now it's starting to taper off. It's not growing. It's kind of like about to decline. Okay. And I don't know whether it's phantom. I don't know. It's just, that's what it is. Now, another one that really launched and it took off big time was Spooked Beans. This one really had a lot of volume in the first couple of days, and then now it's starting to decline. People are starting to cash out. See this decline. So this is what you've got to look for, these things, and you can't. Sometimes you got to just hang off for a couple of days, and then once it starts to really pick up, that's when you want to get into. And sometimes waiting those couple of days can be the difference of doing your money in or not. So I don't know how these are going to go. I might be able to break even on these, but baked beans has absolutely rocketed. I watched the volume; it was like $800,000, and then it shot up to 1.4 million. From 800 in literally a day, and now it's if we look at the contract here, it's now 3 million. So this thing has gone absolutely bonkers in the last 2 days since I've been watching it, since when I first saw it to kind of like when I joined it. And they have an audit. So this Hayes Crypto, it's, you know, a lot of them get it. This is about $1,200 to get this audit. So, you know, this outlines the obvious things. It's always good to have an audit taken with a grain of salt. And then obviously the white paper is just, you know, your average white paper. So at least they got those things covered. But the main thing was when this started to take off, what it really took off is, you know, when it got into a DApp radar, and then it started to climb the ranks. So with these ROI miners, what matters is volume. That's what you got to look for, volume. If you just join a project because it's small, I wouldn't necessarily join it if it's that small. I would wait for the volume to come in, and then once it starts to take off, then join. This is exactly what is happening right now. Could I have joined a day ago? Probably, but my decision not to join a couple of days ago was still the right one in my opinion. Because I didn't know that this was going to take off. It was on the cusp of taking off, but then it hadn't really taken off. It needed, you know, 2 days to marinate on it. Maybe 1 day. I could have pulled the trigger maybe 1 day sooner. But this DApp right now is the second biggest DApp under baked beans. So let that sink in. It's the second biggest ROI miner. I mean, you look at just DApp radar, there's baked beans here, then underneath it is roast beef. Okay, it's even beating Ruby Mine, and Ruby Mine is still one of ones that I'm doing well in. it's trumping that. It's got nearly double the money in the contract. So some of these things just take off. Some of them don't. The return daily, I think, has got a lot to do with it. So instead of 8%, it's 10%. You get an extra 2%. Right? Everyone loves it a little bit more. The dev fee is the same, but the referral fee is 13% instead of 12%. Like I'm comparing this to baked beans, and I think this is why this is what's pushing this. People are promoting this like crazy on YouTube because of the extra 1%. I mean, extra 1% makes a difference over time, right? And then you got the extra 2% daily. Now, obviously, it's up to 2%, but it's still that extra 2% makes a big difference. 10% instead of 8%. What would you rather? And the referral fee, what would you rather? 13% or 12%? Okay. So that's why this thing is just, look at how much is in the contract. 7,668 BNB. That's absolutely crazy. So let's just go and have a look at the contract here, right? Obviously that's what's on chain there. You can see that 3.2 million just about. Go have a look at the analytics and have a look. This is what you want to see, right? See how it's sort of started off at 600 grand, and then it went to 800 grand. So this is like when I saw it here, and then it went to 1100, and then boom, 1500. Probably could have pulled the trigger a day ago, maybe before that, and then boom. Look at it now, 2.8, and then hasn't even done the next projection. So this is what you want to see. This has got massive growth, and obviously then this will be filled once it starts to get like up in the top ranks. People see it and then they join it, because when you see volume, it means safety, right? It's safety. So if you compare this to baked beans, it's pretty much exactly the same as baked beans, as in the contract, except obviously the daily return is more and the referral fee is more. Now you can't really compare the communities. Communities are only 4,000. Okay, so it's still a very small community. Baked beans is getting up to 20,000. But the actual growth of this is actually surpassing baked beans, because baked beans really only started in late January, early February. So really 2 months. And this has only been going for, let's see, since the 16th of April. It's only been going less than a week. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So this in 5 days, and it's already got 3 million. Baked beans has got 35 million. So it's 1/10 of baked beans in only 5 days. So, yeah, it's going crazy at the moment. So I don't know where this is going to go. I did get into baked beans at about 9,000-ish, mid 9,000s, and I got into this in the low sevens. So, where will this be in a month's time? Who knows? It could be 20,000 BNB, but for me, where I see it is like getting into baked beans early. Like, if you can sort of compare them, there's people that are in baked beans that got into it, like, they're in their like 3rd month now of rebaking. Okay, so they're making like bank, and this is growing. So by the time if you get into this and then you sort of get into your 2nd or 3rd month, that's when you're really going to start making some really good coin, decent coin. So you need to just watch the volume. This is the most important thing. Okay, you need to watch the contract every day. Just watch it. Just once a day, come in, chime in, have a look at the balance. Okay, come along here down to analytics. Click analytics, and then have a look at this graph. If it's going up, you're good. All right. So I have joined this simply because of the volume. I want to put my money where it's best traded, and right now this is the 2nd best place besides baked beans. I'm not going to argue with that fact. This is where the money is going, and that's where I want to put my money. So if you want to join roast beef, I do have my referral link below. If you want to join that and support the channel, that would be awesome. And I do have another one which is coming out tomorrow, which is going gangbusters as well. It's a little bit earlier than roast beef. So boom, boom, boom. We've got 3, potentially 4 really good ones that we can get in early. Obviously, baked beans is still good, so that's king at the moment. Queen is at the moment, based on volume, is roast beef, and I'll share with you tomorrow my other pick. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.